Welcome, Husker fans, to Big Red Radio, the Husker Talk Show. Wanted to pop in here today. Obviously, it's a very sad day to be a Nebraska fan. Feels like we're just hitting the reset button once again. If you didn't hear somehow and you're watching this video, Scott Frost was fired approximately noon-ish and 12:30. So it's just a bad feeling. Us two have been, I wouldn't say super high on Scott Frost, but we're definitely fans of Scott Frost. He's loves the program, wants the program to be good. Just couldn't get it done. I stand behind. It was the right hire at the time. It was 100% a home run hire at the time. Just didn't work out. So yeah, just a sad day overall, but.
Yeah, and I've talked to a lot of people today, mostly Iowa fans, so that's no fun, about this already, and a lot of them are like, should have stayed at UCF, should have stayed at UCF. No, all right, no. If you're at UCF and you have a 17-0 or whatever season he had, and your alma mater, home state, beloved program, the program you've always been a fan of, offers you this much money to go. And I've said he had the potential to be in the Urban Meyers, maybe not the Sabins, but close, the Tom Osborne relative area was the potential he had at this program, especially with the legacy he's already put there and what he could go back and do. And I feel for the guy because, he loves this program. It's not some random dude from California that we brought in that has no ties to this program. And everyone wanted him to succeed because he's done so much for this program. And I like how Trev Alberts put it. He said, we appreciate what Scott has done for this program, not only in the coaching realm, at the heart and soul he's poured in, but in the quarterback realm. Like, we'd never be where we were without this guy, because he poured his heart and soul into the quarterback position way back in the 90s and early 2000s as well. And so it sucks, but I think it was needed. Was the timing right? I don't know. All right, we'll never know. If you take the money out of the situation, even then, I don't know. Is it cool to fire a guy in the middle of the season? Does that help the team, hurt the team? I don't know. I guess that's what we'll see. I don't know how we're going to fix this defense. I don't know why Chinander didn't go with him.
All right. Yeah, we'll have a bigger breakdown of the actual game coming out later this week. This is just a gut reaction of some breaking news. Obviously, the biggest news that Nebraska's received probably since Scott Frost has been hired.
Yeah, and it hurts. And I hope Frost goes and he's an OC somewhere. I hope he goes down to, I don't know, somewhere in the Big 12. Maybe he'll go to Missouri and be an OC or something. I don't care. Yeah. But I want because he's a good guy and he's so well spoken on the mic and he's so smart. And he really has the potential to be such a good coach. It just didn't work. And that's in the end of the day, it just didn't work.
Yeah. And I do think that it was the right decision. I don't think you could I just don't think you could keep him around anymore. I think after last season and those questions like, does he even make it to this season? And then, there's just so much hype around the team. And then you lose not only Northwestern week 1, struggle against North Dakota, lose to Georgia Southern. There's just no way. I knew it was going to be Monday was going to be the last day. I knew it was going to be the last day. He was going to be here no matter what. It came a little bit earlier than I thought, but I did think it was either going to be today or Monday. So yeah, it just sucks. But Mickey Joseph takes over, and I know at least Anthony Grant tweeted out, he said, "We're going to turn this thing around no matter how hard we have to try." So it's not like the players are just giving up. There's a lot of season left, and this is
Exactly.
this has some real potential to still have some positives come out of this season. We still got Oklahoma next week. Who knows what happens in that game? Hopefully, some good things because we will be attending the game. More on that later in the week. But then, we still got games that we could win. We as a team, Nebraska is talented enough to really still come out of the Big Ten West. I don't know how realistic that is, but on paper, I think it's still possible. I'm not going to sit up here and say I expect us to still come out of the West after firing our head coach and losing to Georgia Southern and losing to Northwestern, but you can't say it's impossible, because what the offense showed last night is really promising. Anthony Grant still looks like a beast. Casey Thompson looks like a beast. The offense as a whole looked like a beast. The play calling looked like a beast.
Really good.
Trey Palmer's really good. Marcus Washington's really good. It just the defense just didn't show up. And as I said, we'll talk about that more later in the week. But this is to talk about Scott Frost in the future of the program. So I just think I wouldn't give up hope as a Nebraska fan. And I think Nebraska fans are really good about. There are a few, and it makes me really, really upset to see it. But there are a few people in Nebraska media that are very negative about everything. And I just don't think we need that. What Nebraska is going through right now is tough in itself. And then you got these media members that are just like, finally, we fired the guy. Should have been gone last year, or I'm giving up on this season. There's nothing left to cheer for. And it's like, why? Just because you don't feel good about Nebraska doesn't mean you have to try to make other people feel bad. It's just pointless, and it just upsets me. As fans and media of Nebraska, we should be trying to uplift Nebraska fans in these tough times and really just hope for the best throughout the season. Yeah, maybe we were a little bit too high on Nebraska coming into this year. Maybe it was a little bit unrealistic, but that's just how it's going to go. Nebraska has always been just the school that everyone thinks, and school gets hyped up, and then it either works or it doesn't. But you can't be upset when it doesn't, because if it was going well, you would be the first person to, it's just upsetting. It's just upsetting.
Yeah, and I mean, the players, like you said, Anthony Grant, they love Scott Frost as well. I think they believed in him as well. It just didn't happen, and that sucks. And I hope Mickey Joseph can turn it around. But what I don't want, this is what I don't want to happen. All right, I don't want us to go out there, have a promising rest of the year, and then we're like, shoot, Mickey Joseph, next head coach, right? Because I feel like nothing against Mickey Joseph. I think he has potential, but I think someone new has to come in.
Yeah. Which, I mean, yeah, it would be kind of crazy if Mickey Joseph comes out and wins this next Oklahoma game. It's like, all that hype is just back, right? And Mickey Joseph back in the program, it's just it feels like another Scott Frost, really, which however you want to feel about it, it's I don't know. Maybe Mickey Joseph has a lot of potential to be a great head coach. I hope he does. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I hope Mickey Joseph does horrible the rest of the year. Obviously, I don't. I hope he wins the rest of his games, but also you got to be realistic about things. And I think the best thing for this program is looking for a coach that has experience, turning programs around, maybe has experience winning games. I don't know. Just I'm not ready to dive into the whole coaching search yet. Coaching carousel. It's week 3. We have we're going into week 3. We have no idea what's going to happen the rest of the year. People are saying Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell just beat Iowa by 3. Matt
Campbell.
Why would Matt Campbell leave the situation he's in? Maybe money. I don't know. why would Mark Whipple leave the situation he was in, at Pitt? So we never know. I'm not. We'll closer to the off season, we'll probably have a full dive deep into the coaching carousel and our predictions and what we want and stuff like that. But overall, I think this video is just a gut reaction and just it's a sad day for Nebraska fans.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's two sides to it, and I think people are experiencing both right now. I think overall it hurts because how much we love the guy and how much we want him to succeed. But there's a little bit of relief as well that, okay, it's done. Like, we finally did it. We didn't want to do it, but we did it. And now that it happened, and we can move on. We can finally move on. Love the guy. I hope he goes out and becomes an OC somewhere, like I said, and does good in the rest of his career. It just wasn't meant to be here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't think I really have much to say after that. I think it's just really just to wrap it up. I think it was the good decision. I think it was the right decision, had to rip the Band-Aid off. but I also am on the side of, I hope Scott Frost does great. Like you said, I hope he succeeds in the rest of his career. I hope there's no hard feelings toward Nebraska. I think he's aware enough that he probably knew this was coming today. In his press conference, he said he kind of just tuned out the negative sound in the stadium, but I don't know how you really do that when apparently there was people chanting "Fire Scott Frost" after the game. So it's just tough. It's just tough for the guy. It's tough for Nebraska fans. It's just a tough situation. It's tough for Trev Alberts. Trev Alberts is getting a lot of heat right now because he didn't fire him last year. And, you got to make the tough decisions. And I think Trev Alberts just made the toughest decision. And we're going to see what happens with Trev Alberts the rest of his Nebraska career. We're going to see what kind of hire he makes next. But we just don't really know. We're in a kind of a limbo right now in the middle of the season.
Yeah. And to finish it off, if you guys really want to see how much Scott Frost loved this program and how much he wanted to pour into it, go watch the last 30 seconds of last night's post-game interview. Because the last question in the interview, he actually had to step off the interview and cut the interview right here, I think, because it hit him so hard. But the question was, what do you tell the fans? Since obviously with what's going on, what do you have to say to the fans? And his answer was, thank you for all the support you give me. I love the state program and team more than anything else in the world. It's a blessing to come here. It's a blessing to get offered this job. I've had an incredible experience here. He pretty much was like, thank you for staying with me because I know how hard it is. And he then had to step off because it was too much for him.
Yeah, you could see how much he loved the program so much, and just didn't work out. And that happens, and you just got to move on. But yeah, so I think unless Zach, you got anything else, I think that's all I got for today.
Yeah, that's all we got. Later on in the week, maybe one, maybe two videos. That'll be kind of a later decision. Breakdown and a preview of the upcoming Oklahoma game. Look for some content coming out of the Oklahoma game. We'll be there, Big Red Radio in attendance. Made some interviews with some fans, both on Nebraska and Oklahoma side. Just seeing what we think. Definitely going to be some questions at the game after today.
Yeah. So, thank you for watching. And yeah, keep an eye out down the week for some more content. Follow the socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more updates and content as we go. But with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later in the week.